and test. I see. So well, not quite. I am. Are you hearing the testing only, or are you hearing after testing? Which I don't get it, because everything has access. Nothing is muted. Only other thing I can guess is the formatting. So far it doesn't show it needs any updates on the mic. Not the exactly here. I'm thinking everything is working when it's not. The mic isn't even muted, and it's not working. How's Tell me how that doesn't go through OBS. Because if I redo a start record, I can hear everything. So I don't. Exactly. I appreciate the patience, but I have no idea what it is. It has to be OBS. Something. Seems like the mics are up to date, so that ain't it. Anything yet? What? You hear me? Okay, so I just added basically two mics. Does it sound pretty clear, or does it sound a little bit distant? Because all I did was add a mic to a audio 2 instead of the first one. And then I added the webcam microphone on audio 3. So I don't know if there's double audio. Okay, I'm gonna do, I guess, some testing. I think they're both set on, no? One of them is set to the... Okay, it's a bit loud. So it must be mic 2. Okay. I'm gonna do some testing. Wait, what is the... Oh, yeah, mix it. Wait, hold on. So I have... Why is there 3 mics in here? So if it echoes, I feel like that. Okay, 3. Okay, so this is testing 1. Do you hear me? So what is mic 3 on? Okay, you do hear me. So that one is on the webcam. Okay, let's do another test. This is test 2. Can you hear me now? Because this one is the actual mic. Wait. Why are... Hold on. Okay, can you still hear me? There was 2 of them unselected. So I just need to make sure that the microphone itself is working. Yes, perfect. So no echo. Let's see. So I guess I can remove this one. So I don't understand why I have 3 mics. No echo, perfect. So let me remove the webcam. So that one is disabled. But why? Okay, so I have one more. What is it doing? It's the default one. So maybe I just need to disable the first audio. No, not desktop. Audio 1, disable. Apply. Okay, that leaves with 1. And you can still hear me, right? Perfect, we figured it out. Ugh, that is annoying. Okay, well. Professor Plenty, it's been a while. You've been a follower since 2017. September 21st. Wow. Exactly. You know the embarrassing part is that I streamed Friday and nobody told me that the mic wasn't going through. And I had up to 14 viewers throughout the stream, and nobody told me. So that's embarrassing. Because it's weird. Because yeah, in the recording it shows that I hear sound, so it's like, okay, it should go through. December 15 of 2016. This is a different account I created when I turned 13. Oh, weird. Because if I click on your name, it doesn't say that. Ah. Oh yeah, Johnny, I forgot you changed your account. Because your old one was Johnny Van Camp. Was it Johnny Van Camp? Johnny something? But either way, Johnny, thank you for the for your patience and helping me out. Vancopa. Why'd you change your account? What are you, like, out of high school now? 'Cause last I remember you were, I think, in high school? Oh, you couldn't change your name back in the day? So is it taken now, or just not interested in the name anymore? You're in your 3rd year at college. My guy. Have you grown up? Yeah, because I think last time I streamed and you were in the stream, you were like mentioning how, like, you remember watching me when you were a kid. The good old days, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, now I sadly don't have any of my other consoles. I sold them. Sometimes I do this thing where I really want something else, and so I start selling stuff I don't use. And so I sold it. Sold a bunch of stuff. Because I upgraded my PC hardware. I mean, that wasn't the reason I sold the consoles. I probably sold it for something else to get money to buy something else, but this time I was selling my old hardware and probably other technology stuff that I wasn't using, like my iPad, to kind of fund it. But now last time I had a Intel PC, now I went with a AMD. So I'm just hearing a bunch of good things about AMD. And then everything kind of went along with it. I was trying to only try to do the minimum, but it ended up basically, I had to basically switch everything out. CPU, RAM. I was gonna try to keep my old my GPU, but it wasn't powerful enough. So, basically selling 2 different GPUs. Because my old GPU was just like always like at 100%. I don't think it was like running too hot, but it was just stuttering. So I just sold it. I just got the RTX 5070. So it's a good powerful one to basically run everything. 'Cause I don't know I don't think it was a problem back in the day because I wasn't always, I think, streaming PC games. Because when I was running PC games, it was always lagging because I think I was using two different graphics cards to, you know, thinking that I can use one for gaming and the other one for the monitors, but still everything runs through the first one. Let me go ahead and disable the preview because it might lag less. But how have you been, my guy? What are you trying to major in? Whoa. A little bit of lag. Minute arms. Nursings. Then you have your first class back from the holidays. Just been grinding, man. So what's the haps? Are you back? I think so. It's been a struggle here and there. Just you know, getting married back in 21, and then now I have two kids. So it's like, and with full-time work, it's like it's very hard to wanting to stream. And then the desire wasn't quite there because of all of that, you know, busyness. But yeah, I am trying to be consistent. Locksman of arms. But yeah, nursing is pretty good. It's good money. So what, you got one more year? But yeah, maybe in the future might get some consoles. Yeah, life does happen, but yeah, thank you. One more year and you're seriously grown up. I mean, you're already grown up, Johnny. You're in college. Even more if you're living on your own or with roommates, because it still counts. Arms. 2% of population will rise as men of arms. Oh yeah, money. Let's see. Where can we spend some money? Jeez. We need clothes, we need olives, sturdy grains, or over here. Wild game. It's glad you were here. Whether it's regular or once every 4 years, it's nice to see you're kicking it. Well, thanks, Johnny. I know I've been dropping in and out, but you know, hoping it's more regular than just popping out in and out just once every 4 years. I don't know. Because I think I kind of stopped before my first son was born. Because like when he was born, it was all hands on deck. Like we're both obviously new parents, and like how do we figure this out? And then I think I popped back in either before he was born, and then I stopped, and then maybe again after he was born, and then it was like, nope, can't do it. But glad all things are good with you. Glad to see that you are still on the Twitch. I think I need more markets. And because you're busy with college, are you still playing video games, or is college consuming your life? Is this locked? That's crazy, Johnny. Like after high school, every life goes by very quickly. Let me tell you. It's kind of like when old people say, I still feel 20, 25. You know, it's because life just goes by after high school. I think we just dislike school so much that we pay attention to time. And it just makes it feel much slower. So do we have the armory unlocked? No, because that's through tech. Okay, but this is what we want to build. Because we need more manpower. So I think what we need is like markets. Because we're not getting the resources we need. Why is it locked? Why does it say it's locked? College is consuming your life, but you try to play as much as you can when you're not with your friends. And are you still playing like the consoles? Like Mario Kart, like what we used to play? Let me check this out. Vice City Stories. Yeah, that's the one I played growing up. Oh, what did I do? Well, Johnny, let's see if you could beat my record. Growing up, I was able to beat that game like 8 hours straight, and I was able to beat it in 8 hours straight. It's muted. Where's the chat? I don't see the chat. Weird. You're phasing off that I got your Switch 2 in Mario Kart World. You weren't really happy with it? Switch 2 might be the last console. PC is where it's at. Basically, I mean, PC can be very expensive, and that's mainly because there's no limits on games, like graphics wise, all the little details. That's why it gets very expensive, because it takes a lot to run all of that. So I had to tell my wife that because she was wondering why I was spending so much on computer parts. That is why. Because consoles are all limited to what the specs are. So all the developers have to develop the game within running smoothly with those specs. No. Let's see what's profitable. I hope it's short. I've been burning through the PS2 GTA games. My lord, San Andreas was long for an old game. It is, but it was one of the I guess good GTA games. I don't know about your opinion, but I think that one was my favorite growing up. It's just more into the game, I guess. Vice City Stories definitely shorter. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, it's not really a game I can go back to and play. It's not the same when you go, like, obviously now, because obviously there's better games out there. Because I went back and I was playing GTA 4, and I was just like, I'm not enjoying it because it seems lifeless. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I guess the town seems lifeless unless you're playing a mission. And it just got boring really quickly. Okay, definitely need more of these guys. Oops. No people there. Like GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. My only is with them. I mean, don't you think they'll... I mean, aren't you able to buy them on the PS4? I thought they were available there. Yeah, because as a kid, I was too addicted to those games growing up. I was just like, just playing them, not eating, just grinding. I don't know why I played GTA Vice City Stories like straight and multiple times in a row. Just beating the entire game. I was just too addicted to that game. So what you're hearing? I bought San Andreas on Steam, and what I hate about certain games, I think it was San Andreas and Saints Row. Like, they're not complete. They are bugged. And I remember Saints Row, you couldn't even progress through the game because of some glitch. And San Andreas, I don't remember clearly. But there was some reason I didn't continue playing. You ran into a few? Yeah. I don't know if they're just careless. Because clearly they did not fix it. One mission with Woozy, CJ just froze because the game didn't register that I left my car. Jeez. Wow. And you had to repeat one mission. Yeah, stuff like that, that's probably just why I couldn't play it. I just couldn't deal with that. I'm here to play an entertaining game. I don't want to repeat missions just because the game is broken. But I'm not too mad because I only paid like, what, $4 or $5 when it was on sale. Don't you love Pokemon? Growing up, yeah. I can't really play that now. It's like repeating the same thing. The training is the worst thing. But the adventure can kind of be fun, storyline if it's good. But the newer, I've just never gotten into the new games. I think after like 5th gen, that was kind of it. Like I started losing interest / stopped buying the games. Okay, we've got Men of Arms. So now this next tech is what I need. So I need the barracks. I need that manpower. You ran through Gen 1 through 7 2 years ago? Jeez. You remember you had Pokemon music? Yes. That is true. Now I don't really have much of an intro, I just start streaming. Subject's income +5. I'll take it. I'm just trying to be a little bit more minimal in kind of what I do. I just try to get everything up and running prior to streaming. Just click the stream button and just start streaming. Prior, yes, I was basically starting soon screen, play music, and load everything up. And the reason I do that is because this game is pretty new. Well, new to me. I think it's been out since last November. And I've been watching someone else play. And on his streams on YouTube, he always starts with that loading screen. And so I always have to keep on skipping until he starts. So I was like, yeah, I kind of don't like that. So I'm just gonna start playing. Remember you played EU4 in 2016? Yep, I was addicted to that game as well. This one is much different. You start earlier, everyone's more broken up, and then you have to like deal with population. You know, a little bit more real, like you have to care for your population. So early in the game, most countries don't have manpower or, you know, soldiers. You have to basically rise up your peasants, basically, as your army with your pitchforks. And if they die in battle, that affects your population, which affects your economy. So, yeah. And then, of course, if you know your history, you'll deal with diseases. So we dealt with the Black Plague and measles and I think something else. And so that killed a bunch of our population. Offline, I was playing as Castile, and I think we had like 5 million people. And then after the plague, I ended up with 3 million. So that's a lot of death. And then it seems like everything is much slower, which is fine, because I think that's kind of the point of what they want. The developers, people not expanding so quickly as we did in EU4. Reputation. Let's try to do that. Do you want to be my vassal? It is going down somehow. Maybe if we get some more reputation, might help. Lose money. We are getting a bunch of money, but I don't want to lose money. It's my money. Oh. This guy's stats is like terrible. 11, 9, and 29. Max, I think, are all 100. So you're our bottom, my guy. Can we get rid of you? I would like to get rid of you. So Johnny, are you still living at home, or did you dip? Dynasty. So our current ruler is the idiot, isn't it? Trade efficiency. Or is this still the... You're still at home. Good. Don't get into deeper debt. My wife did that mistake. Well, no, she didn't quite intentionally do the mistake of that, because obviously her parents were living in North Carolina, and she ended up getting a job in Portland. So obviously she had to live elsewhere. But she accrued a lot of debt because she was basically... I don't think she was working, because all of her her loans were paying off her rent. And so that started accumulating. Not wise. Are you working as well? Or just school? Because if you're living at home and they're not charging you, you're in a good position. Expensive education. Yeah, this guy needs some expensive education. You're in a fortunate situation where I can mainly focus on school. Yeah, that is good. Jeez, this guy. So yeah, you are the son. And I really want to get rid of this kid. This kid sucks. You have expensive education. Okay, so the heir is the idiot. Ability to increase education. Minus 0.66. Well. Prestige and 5%. Good. Much weaker. I'm gonna see if I can try to get an alliance. Is that who we're... Yes, so we're currently trying to improve relations with them so we can hopefully get an alliance with them. Because Egypt is getting a little bit too big for my liking. They trust me, positive opinion, their strength, which will increase once we get the barracks, which are going to be unlocked pretty soon. Oof. Okay, I just need the barracks, get some more, so I can get some more manpower, bigger army. Hopefully we can be able to fight Serbia and Bulgaria, as well as trying to get an alliance with these guys so we can fight Egypt. Because they're expanding closer to my territory, and I don't like that. Because the Ottomans, that'll be a big green blob, and there we go. So, besides building barracks, I did want to get the university so we can research things much faster. We should also get some cannons, which are cannon maker right here. Cannons or university? I think cannons. slash different units. There's so much to research, man. Cannons it is. For now, we need to... Where's the barracks? It's not the armory. Barracks. Here it is. Okay. Oh, I don't have the money. Besides building one building. Sure. We need to point some guy over here. Crown power. Loyalty to subjects. Times change things. I used to think this was kind of boring. Now I think it's intriguing and healthy way to train your critical thinking. Yes. It's a good thing about strategy games, gets your brain moving. Because yeah, if I watch someone else playing this, my brain wants to go to sleep, but me, I just want to learn. Because sometimes it does take a while for things to move and go. Just like in the beginning, it was a bunch of war. Now we're kind of big enough to where we ourselves don't want to expand because we don't really get much control. So in EU4, you basically have control of everything unless you have different culture or it's not a core province because you won't get taxes from them. But here it's like you can see your capital and it feathers out your control. So you can kind of gain that control with roads leading up to the province. Certain buildings can give you better control slash, you know, later in the game. But this is my first game, so I don't fully know which technologies and is it with the ages it will increase. I don't know yet. Because like this province that we have zero control, potential tax base is basically 1 ducat. So it's not a lot because it's not a province probably that has good resources probably. So this is 0.8. Because I think there was silver down here that silver somewhere. This one right here. So the silver province has a potential tax of basically 9 ducats. So here we would like some control, which there is a building. What was it called? The bailiff, which I cannot build. And why is that? I think I'm only able to build in my main trade node. Oh, never mind, I can. So that's going to basically give authority local noble power plus 100, but it gives us more proximity for the resources. it's gonna increase this. The location is too far away from the capital. The proximity of the location further up the path of the capital needs to be improved. Yeah. So technically we'll have more control, giving us a little bit more taxes. And then this number should change, and I think the bailiff will affect the surrounding provinces. So we will see when that gets built. Oh, we have like no one. We can't hire anyone. Jeez. Okay. Okay, powerful GPU, but we're still getting some lag. Maybe if I stop the preview over here might help. Still some lagging. I don't like that. So it looks like Denmark and Sweden are at war. Seems like it. Yeah, and this, even like games like this in EU4, it definitely helped my kind of history on it, on this, because Paradox really loves their history, and their different kinds of games, they have different focuses. So that's pretty cool. Looks like we discovered a little bit more land over here. So let's see, got one barrack still going. Still don't have enough to build more. And still improving relations over here. But yeah, either way, Johnny, this is around the time that I'll be streaming, Monday to Friday. Probably 4:30 through like almost nowish, because my son is going to be waking up soon because we need to get him going for school. So I'm going to have to get off here in a few. Alliance. Okay, it increased. I just need to finish these barracks and hopefully we can stack up on some more manpower. Probably be able to catch Mondays. Probably busy with school, I'm assuming. Possible institutes, which not going to embrace those because we're not really focused on those other Renaissance and baking just yet. Do you think the audio is fine, like the game audio, compared with my vocals? Just causes. Oh, nice. That's great. That's good. Man, I can't believe nobody mentioned that my mic was not working. Man, that is unbelievable. I feel like I would have mentioned something if that happened to someone else. drilling. Their experience. This is good. Well, well, thanks, Johnny. Speaking of which, you gotta run. Nice seeing you, dude. Catch you later. Take care. Well, thank you, Johnny, for stopping by. Good to see you as well. And hope all goes good with school. May the peace be with you, my dude. And as well, I will as well be heading out. It's about that time to get my son getting going for school and whatnot. But either way, Johnny, thanks for stopping by, my guy. And until next time, I'll see ya.